I saw a kid who rented a McLaren, parked it on the street for a showing or a listing appointment, and it got hit.
Oh my god!
Because it was on the street and not in a parking
And so he
lot
had
or
to pay.
garage. Insurance didn't cover it. $80,000.
Yeah, I've never owned a vehicle.
I was like,
worth
oh my
$80,000.
gosh.
Not even the damages. Yeah.
That is nuts. That's
Yeah.
where Ben's heading though.
Don't
a good-
To
That's
fake
getting an insurance claim.
No,
Or,
no, to owning a McLaren.
I don't even know what a McLaren is.
All right, guys, welcome to the Buff Show. Today we have a Mountain Buff Wrapped 2025 edition.
Yep.
We had to
First of
explain this to Ben what this was.
Ben's a
I'm
Pandora
not-
guy
I'm
with
not-
ads.
Yeah.
Pandora doesn't do like a wrap, like
I don't know. I click on the P button and then it plays my music. Like other than that, it's just.
Also plays his ads.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't pay for the ads to be gone. I just.
That's the millionaire next door because Ben is saving all of his money.
Yeah,
investing it.
he's saving that $15 a month.
Hey,
Yeah,
it goes a
yeah,
long
I'm
way.
just saying.
It goes a long way. All right. So what do we got? So total transactions closed within Mountain Buff. So this is everybody.
94.
94. Dang it. We're almost triple digits.
It's hurt. Hey,
I got one more
we got
closing
one
the
more
other.
for
That's
you
true.
and me. Yeah,
Yep.
we got.
I have
hit
two more
96.
actually.
What?
98.
If I close, yeah, we could get there. We just got to get crazy. Two more weeks.
Let's list your townhome. Hopefully, you're the one closing.
Yeah.
up. Let's sit down
Yeah.
here. Right there.
What's interesting about that is, I would thought we would have been heavier on sellers, but we actually had 52 buyers and 42 sellers at this point. So we're a little slightly buyer heavy.
Yeah, which is interesting. Maybe because buyers were a lot easier to move this year than sellers. Like listings just seem to sit, right?
Listings
were
are very
tough.
hard right
Yep.
now.
And I've had a few listings this year that we've just like, hey, we're pulling them off. We'll try again next year. Like, which doesn't normally happen.
No.
Yeah, that's a huge kick in the guts
Right.
for everyone involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bummer, but
One of those.
It happens.
it does happen. Plans change. Sometimes you need to postpone stuff and wait further on down the road.
Right.
All right. Next year, we'll get over 100. That's a lot, though. That's like 2 a week. Just under two a week.
Yeah, just under 2 a week. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. 2 homes sold every week. That's nuts. I remember before I got my license, I was working up in Logan, and Jet Youngblood, they sent out a postcard. And I think on it, we sell like 2 homes every week. I was like, holy cow, that's nuts.
Yeah.
2 homes every week? And
That's
here-
such a strong name, though.
Yeah.
Too. Jet Youngblood.
Youngblood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you think about it, every week we were sitting at a closing table.
Yeah.
Any 2 of us, that is a lot. I'm gonna good job. boys.
Yeah.
Like, you look
Well-
in retrospect, like, God,
Well, if you look at the life cycle of a transaction, like any transaction that closes, it's months. Like it could be 3-6 months of like work and time that goes into it before it's actually you're sitting at the
Before it's
closing
a
table.
closing, yeah.
Sometimes longer.
Yep.
I just had one last week that I met these guys back in like 2019.
Yeah, it's a
And
long
they
time.
just finally sold their house and made the move. And every year we go look at a handful of options, talk about it, talk about listing their house, and just timing never was like perfect or right. So it can be a process.
Right.
Oftentimes it is. It's not something you just
Yeah, I would say few
Jump
and far
into.
in between. It's we meet them, we see a property, write an offer, and close. From meet to close, you're 60 days. Even then, I feel like it's
even if it's a fast one, it's not
I
fast.
feel like
Yeah.
it's
are these numbers counting all of our off market stuff too?
They should be.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Total volume sold. So this is the house volume on both sides. 63,915,870.33. It's almost 64 million.
didn't quite get our goal. I don't even know.
Our goal was 100 million.
100 million.
In volume.
Well, to be fair though, June, July, we were pretty darn close to tracking for it.
You guys are gonna hit your goals though.
I mean, technically, I
Yeah.
have.
Technically, I guess,
Technically.
but it ain't gonna count.
Yeah.
So Technically, we both hit it.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hangers. What is interesting on that though? That's a lot of homes. 90-something homes, 63 million. But then you look out there, there's homes that are for sale for
that
63 million.
yeah, that's true.
Like that's a year's worth of work for 5 or 6 people, a whole office, all the background.
Yeah, but
Like
those
we were a
homes,
cog churning, and that's a lot of money. But some of these homes,
That's what Ben's gonna do. We're starting like real estate Utah,
high deluxe, ultra.
selling Utah,
Selling
and
Utah.
Ben's gonna go after those big dogs because all you need is one.
Really, yeah.
yeah, but that one will take a year and a half,
Maybe
2
not.
years.
Hey, you know what though? It's not a bad business
No,
model. We just don't
Just
have a lot of
one a year.
inventory kicking around Utah at $63 million.
No, you don't.
There's maybe 2 or 3 at any given point.
You just need to change what direction you drive every day.
Go up to Park. Yeah, that is true.
Other canyon.
You know what? The bad part, I just don't know if I have the right clothes to do it. Like, I'll show up in my Wranglers and boots, and
Oh, that's
You
funny.
know.
You know the saying, rent an expensive vehicle so you can look the part,
I
right?
don't know if I can afford that rental.
I actually saw I saw a kid. Sorry, I'm just going off. I saw a kid who rented a McLaren, parked it on the street for a showing or a listing appointment, and it got hit
Oh my god!
because it was on the street and not in a parking
And so you
lot
had to
or
pay.
garage. Insurance didn't cover it. $80,000.
Yeah, I've never owned a vehicle.
I was like,
worth
oh my
$80,000.
gosh.
Not even the damages. Yeah,
That is nuts. That's
Yeah.
where Ben's heading though.
Don't
a good-
to
That's
getting an insurance claim.
No,
Or,
no, to owning a McLaren.
I don't even know what a McLaren is. I thought it was a whiskey. Isn't there a McLaren whiskey?
I don't know what that
Or
is.
is that McLaren? I don't know.
We're two opposites here, man.
That's funny. All right, our average sales price $704,000.
For a listing.
For a listing. Buyer price is $663.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
Yep.
we're in going back to our market update. That's right in the middle of our median and our average prices in Utah.
Yeah, it is.
So a
Yeah,
lot
it
of
is.
are very in the middle of the road stuff. Some higher end, some lower end.
Highest sell 3.5.
3.5.
Ooh, Kade. Ooh,
Yeah.
Kade's got the highest. I think I've got the lowest. I sold.
Oh yeah. We should have put the
No,
lowest on here.
I bet you don't.
Mine was like 55,000.
Paden. Fairbanks, how much did
Oh,
that
yeah,
mobile homes
he
sell
did-
for?
He did have one in the
You don't
20s,
have
I think.
anything.
I don't have nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not the bottom or the top. Just average,
You're
mediocre.
just average.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I think that one.
But what was
lower.
you had one in
I think it
55,000?
was 55,000 in Tremont for a
That's crazy.
mobile home.
All right. Yeah, and Kade, before this year, you had never closed $1 million deal,
Nope.
right? And then this year, you've done how many? 3?
Three, yeah.
It's impressive.
3 this year.
That's awesome. Fastest under contract. We have on here 1 day, but it wasn't even a day because it was before it was even listed.
Yeah, we've had a couple like that.
We've had a number of that. What about the longest?
Longest under contract?
Longest under contract.
I think that
Are we
might-
guessing days?
I think
Is that what we're
might
doing?
be
Yeah.
me and you, we had one in Morgan. It was almost 3 full months by the time we got it closed up and all the pieces put together.
Yeah. Some of them take a long time, especially if you're doing like a new build. I've had some go over a year
Yep.
on like new builds and stuff like that.
Huh, yeah.
What if we were to guess total showings or open houses?
Ooh, I've got that one.
How many-
Hands
so-
down.
Showings?
By one agent or the whole
Just
brokerage?
the whole brokerage. We could time
How
it,
many
like
showings?
How many showings do you think you do a week if you were to average it all out?
During the spring, summer,
Yeah.
it's going to be.
A ton.
Yeah, I mean, I'll bet we did.
0 to 25 in a week or more.
Yeah.
Just depending
So if
on-
you were to average it out, say 10,
I'll bet we did.
10 a
5
week.
5 to 10 a week
I'll bet we did 600 showings
for the
for
brokerage.
the brokerage for the year.
Yeah.
Be my guess. Close to.
Open
50
houses.
times 10 is 500.
Open
yeah.
houses, I'll say 150, 200.
I would
Just 3
say.
a
Yeah.
week.
How many listings?
I would
did we do?
say because we had
60.
42 listings
42.
that closed. We had some open.
I mean, I did.
I'd say
average
200.
probably
2 to 3 per listing.
Yeah. I'd say
100 to 150.
200. 200 to
200.
250, I
Wow.
think. Oh, we don't actually have the numbers.
No, we don't,
We're guessing. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, we don't.
I was waiting for you.
Yeah, I bet we're about 100 to 150 because you're 2 to 3 per.
I forgot to add those ones in there.
We don't know. We have no idea.
Here's a good one. How much is the most? And I'm only asking this because I might have it. The most showings you've had on any one property, because this year the time on market's kind of high. So
I had one up in Box Elder County that we had like 50, I want to say. What'd you have?
We had one down in Draper. We were over 80 when I stopped counting.
Over 80?
Stopped counting. Yep.
Over 80 showings.
Over 80 showings.
That's crazy.
Pause. I'm not on camera anymore.
Edit this out, but when you're on market for 200 some days, that was on market for the same amount of time. I had
That's
way less
crazy. And
showings
that was
than
an expensive listing. 80
Yeah.
showings.
80 showings.
That's a
That's
lot on a
nuts.
listing that
Those
price.
sellers they weren't living there during all that, or were they?
They had already bought a house and then they were kind of remodeling and living in between. But yeah, for the last month or so of the showings, they were vacant. So, and it wasn't all at a rush. It was steady throughout spring and summer
crazy.
markets. So,
And you personally attended every one of those showings.
no, a lot
You
of them.
did hit a lot of them.
A
though.
lot of 'em,
Yeah,
yep.
that's why I brought it up.
Yep, a lot of them.
That's a lot of.
And a lot of them.
And you know
were-
where every light switches in that house.
You know what? Yes, I got to a point where I could get in there and get them all on, and then as the way out, I had a path,
Yeah.
doors and everything. And,
Yeah, that's how
Just hitting them all.
Becker's was. Yep.
That's funny.
all right.
Okay,
You want to go to counties?
yeah, let's break it down into counties. Yeah. Okay, counties closed. Box Elder 2, and again, I take this with a grain of salt, but Box Elder County 2, Cache County 11, Davis County 14, Duchesne County 1, Garfield 1. Duchesne was you guys.
That was me.
It was Garfield. Wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
Morgan County 31.
Represent.
Yeah. Utah County 1, Washington 2, Weber 1,
No,
or Wayne 1, Weber 29.
I have lived in Utah all of my 34 years of life, and I couldn't tell you where Wayne County is. Who closed that?
That wasn't me.
Isn't Wayne? I don't even want to guess. I don't know either. I don't really know where Garfield is
I don't
either.
know.
If you're watching, this and you're from Wayne County, drop us a pin or
Hey,
something.
Aren't you guys real estate agents in Utah?
Obviously,
Your one
Weber
job
Morgan Davis.
is to know.
Obviously,
the
Weber
state.
Morgan Davis.
That's funny.
is our top 3.
You know what surprises me? Nothing in Salt Lake County. Nobody closed anything in Salt Lake.
I'm trying close. Give me a minute. I've got one right now. It's under contract.
That's true. That's a
yeah.
big one.
That's
I have done stuff in Salt Lake. I've done like the big condos and townhomes and high rises. Dude, it's like I'm going to like LA. It's crazy. Like, where's the key box? I'm like, and then I'm like elevators and like,
yeah.
and then you'll show up at like a gate and there's like 50 key boxes. I'm like, which one do I open?
Yeah,
Like,
which one's mine?
Where do I park?
Yeah.
Yeah, no thanks.
That's why people just Uber
no thanks.
down there. Well, Morgan, that's crazy. Morgan and Weber, which
31,
I thought Weber would be way heavier than Morgan, but yeah, we had a strong.
I'm kind of surprised in that because Weber covers like all of Ogden Valley,
Yeah.
but plus all of like West
Ogden,
Haven, and
yeah.
Ogden, North Ogden, and all
Yeah.
that stuff. So I'm kind of surprised on that too, a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's crazy. Okay, let's your top shiz moments.
I haven't really thought of mine yet.
Yeah.
My top shiz moment, and we're still kind of going through it, so a lot of the names and characters are going to be redacted. Right? You never know if a deal's done until it's all the way done,
For sure.
signed, recorded. We were going to a final walkthrough,
Oh, I got one.
and a estranged son-in-law, son, I'm not really sure the details on it, was at the property and informed us that he filed the notice of interest on the property that day. And we were slated to go close. So we literally had to go close, fund money, to not have the deal go through because at the last second somebody filed a notice of interest, and he didn't have rights to file a notice of interest. Already's gone through court. The judges kicked him out, told him it was frivolous. And I mean, that's a kick in the guts because you have to look at your buyer and be like, you still have to complete this contract, even though you can't complete this contract. So you're not in breach. So that was all new territory. And you always have stuff pop up early in the transaction and you work your way through it, you extend, but we've never had one so close to closing that just pulled the rug out from under us.
Yeah.
And we're still at this point
Still working on it.
getting toward the finish line. You know, when you start involving lawyers and courts and judges, they don't flow very fast at all. Yeah. So it's never done until it's done.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's probably one of the longest ones. It's been like after settlement, and it's still like, still working on it.
We've been in breach. It's not the sellers have been in breach. It's been an interesting.
You've learned a lot though.
Learned a lot. You know, you know the facts, and and when you have to start suing and getting lawyers involved, even if you win, you still lose. That's the hard part. You know, you protect your clients as much as you can, and luckily not luckily, but we did. We had everything in writing. Everything was good, and it's just, even if you have rights to sue for damages, all you're getting is your damages back. Like it's like getting kicked in the shin and then someone saying sorry.
Yeah.
Like you still got kicked in the shin at the end of the day.
Right? And then you still have to go through that whole process and the mental turmoil.
It's rough. My buyers have been awesome, and the sellers have actually been awesome. It was a third party but it's still,
which is crazy. Like somebody
uneasy.
Just was like, I'm going to ruin this transaction.
And that's exactly what happened. You know, that's what's unreal is anybody for any reason, like I could come to your deal and file a notice of interest and kill the deal. Yeah. Whether I had rights to or not, I'd get in trouble. But,
right. There's a recourse there.
But it's still, I mean, getting kicked, it's still kicking in the shin.
Yep.
That's happened to me before, but they removed it because like, they're like, it was a third party that put a notice of interest. Like, hey, actually, we want to buy this. We have some ownership, or we think we do. And then they removed it before we closed, luckily. Yep. But yours has been intense.
Yep. Trust. You know, everyone knows family stuff gets kind of emotional and high heat. So.
Yeah. One of mine was on a house here in Ogden, and we did the home inspection. The roof came back pretty crappy. Like it's gonna need a new roof here soon. It tested super high for radon, and it was a weird basement where there was a crawl space on one side of the house, a crawl space on the other side of the house, and then it had like this little cellar in the middle. So it was, and then the crawl space was like a foot. We had like 4 or 5 different radon companies go out there, and they're like, we can't even mitigate this. And then we did a sewer scope, and the sewer line was like collapsing and actively failing. There was some other stuff in there, but I was like, geez, there's no way we're going to be able to get this across the finish line. And we ended up doing it. Sewer line got done before closing. It, like everything kind of lined up and still got it closed. So that was a crazy one. Had another one with meth recently that we had tests came back positive for meth. That was a fun one. Been dealing with mold a fair amount. It's hard because some of these you can't talk about.
Right.
But it would be fun if we could just share all the details. Yeah. Bats have been pretty interesting this year too. So anyways, do you think of one?
Yeah. We were doing a final walkthrough the buyers on one of my listings were doing a final walkthrough on that one. Mm-hmm. And I probably could share it, but anyways, they found that we essentially found, we had to have the whole system, the water system, cleaned out in the home.
Just because it sat for a long time, right. Nobody living in it.
Right. So we did that and cleaned out everything, and then all of a sudden a slight water leak appeared after the cleaning company who came and pressurized everything, cleaned everything out. Anyways, they came up, did the walkthrough, and we couldn't find the water leak. It was gone. We ran the water that he said it was coming from for over an hour and nothing. Then we left and we came back and there was a slight drip. And anyways, got a contractor up there, got looking at anything, and we're supposed to close in like a couple days. And anyways, got bids and stuff, and it ended up being like the bid was like $17,000 or something
Holy
like that
cow, for a
to
water
fix it and to because of where the water leak
Patch it
could have
and
came from,
everything,
it could have
yeah.
been on an exterior wall. So anyways, ended up negotiating it and going through and not changing anything on the contract. The buyers were basically just okay to just accept it as is. So that was nice, but that was a little hairy, I guess, getting close there. But
And it's funny on a big deal like that. I mean, 17,000 is big, but it ended up being a lot more minor of a plumbing issue, wasn't it?
well, yeah, I don't know how much it cost them to fix it. The problem with it, the hard thing is they were doing a big remodel anyways, and so it was.
They were going to be open.
They were going to be opening it up anyways, and so I think the agent was just doing his best to represent his clients the best he could. Didn't want them to move into a home that had a water leak,
Yeah.
right? Especially if it's in an expensive house. But at the same time, like I think the buyers were like, it's not that big of a deal. We're going to be opening up everything anyways. So, anyways, but yeah.
It's good when common sense gets played into the situation.
Yeah.
A lot of
when
times it goes out of the window. 'cause
And
of
I've
emotions.
had a meth one. Did yours come back super high? Your test?
It was not crazy high.
So
it was
that's-
like just a few points above.
So I have, I think it's almost better if it comes back super high.
I was about to say that
because that's
exact
where
same thing.
ours is. It came back right where it's like it's
close
just
enough.
under. It's just under
Oh,
the legal limit. But the problem is the way they test it is it's in 4 different areas, and then they take the
divide it.
average.
yeah.
But more than likely, they're not smoking it or cooking it or whatever in all 4 areas.
Yeah.
So it's likely
Just in
1 or
area.
2 areas is actually over the legal limit,
Yeah.
but just barely. And so, anyways, that kind of turned into a bit of a
That's what's scary is how you got to look at your clients and say it's in the acceptable realm of meth. Like, isn't that a wild concept to grasp? There's an allowable amount of meth you're allowed to live with. Like,
yeah.
it's crazy.
It
gets-
gets like that with mold though too, and
Yeah.
radon.
And it gets scary when they have babies or they have
Yeah.
young kids,
Yeah.
right? And like, anyways.
It's mostly because they don't understand. But like
Yes.
even the lowest limit, isn't it 1?
No, yes,
It's 1.
Yes, as long as
With
it's under
meth.
1.
If it's under 1, but like Ann Atkins put it for me. She's like, if you have like a football field, it's like this much, like in the whole football field, the whole arena. Like it's so small, like even the lowest limit. So like if you're just even slightly above that, it's like, well, you're barely above, but we can easily mitigate it most likely.
That podcast with her, she's awesome. So
Yeah.
if you ever come
Yeah.
across a meth house,
Yeah.
ask us for a podcast because she describes it very well.
And that, I think that's the hardest thing with like meth, mold, radon is people just don't understand it. Once you understand it, it actually becomes way easier to
Well, it's
wrap your
scary.
head. Yeah.
It sounds scary.
Like once you have the information, then you're like, oh, okay, this is actually
Right.
treatable.
Right.
Most continuing ed hours achieved.
I got it this year.
Oh, you're
Not counting my continuing ed plus 120 hours of my schooling I did on top
Ben,
of it.
what'd you do?
I took my associate broker's class.
Yeah.
My schooling.
why did you do that?
Because Paden's made me mad, and no, it's just one of those next steps in your career. You just take a step forward.
He's going to start mountain buck.
Mountain bike.
Mountain bike. Really, what it was is I wanted to be better than Kade. And that's the only reason. Just so Kade has to call me Mr. Associate, sir.
Mr. Associate.
Yeah. Other than that,
now
no
we have to-
reason.
I
We
gotta
have to-
ask your permission to leave the office.
Yeah,
now?
yeah.
We have to bow down when Ben walks.
You know,
into the-
we should get an SOP with that. Like
yeah.
how to
Seniority.
announce the associate broker when he comes in.
I will.
We're gonna get you.
I'll
a
leave,
name
or I will
tag.
go get
Yeah,
my.
a badge. I need a badge.
AB.
Yep.
I'll leave.
Security.
Or I'll go get my own
AB
associate
security.
broker license.
Oh, that's awesome. Hunter might. I guess he wouldn't have you beat because he just got his license.
No, yeah,
and
it's still 120 hours for that.
yeah,
though.
but you did the 18 hours of CE. I guess not a full 18, but some in there.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many, but yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's jump into most asked questions of 2025. What did you guys get the most? Top
I
question.
think a really common one that I got a bunch was earnest money. What is
earnest
earnest money?
Yeah.
Does it go to the purchase of the home?
Yeah.
Is it included in my down payment?
Yeah.
Do I get it back? Stuff like that. Earnest money was a big one that we got oftentimes.
Most of my stuff wasn't even seller transactions. I got a lot of, can I afford to move? And we did a lot of where we sit down and take their money and call a lender and see how much it's going to cost. So biggest thing was money and affordability, not in the sense of what the market's doing, but in the sense of
In a personal,
can I, and I, that is one key thing I do with a lot of my clients is let's take a mile high view of your money and let's start that process and just see if it's even worth it.
Which is surprising, I think, how many people don't do that.
Right.
It's like you're thinking about moving, but are you comfortable with a $3,000 month payment?
Right.
And then they're like,
and having understanding like that's
the
reality. Yeah. Like you're not gonna have but it's gonna be hard and not likely to have a $2,000 monthly payment or less.
And I like people I always tell all my clients and any friends and family that we talk with and BS real estate and money with, every 4 to 6 months, call a lender. If moving's all in your future the next 5, 10 years, always have a thumb on it, right?
Right.
Because it's ever changing. You and the market and your personal stuff and rules and regulations, what you could do last year to what you can't do this year, or what programs I have now to then.
Right.
Just stay on top of it.
Different things in the market pop up, right? New builds, lender incentives, whether it's deals come on the market. I mean, all kinds of stuff, right? Like everything, like you said, is always changing.
Especially when it comes to end of the year tax planning and what kind of losses and gains you're going to show in your business and stuff like that. That's a huge one. Because if you're trying to buy a house next year, you might want to make sure you can get qualified for a loan.
Right.
Right.
A lot of people have to go back and amend it because they were too aggressive or whatnot.
And then you got to back pay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Mine was probably, hey, Paden, how's the market? What's the market doing? I get that one all the time.
Sure.
You guys.
Worst. The worst.
About the same as last year, but no, it's
like saying, hey, Paden, explain life to me.
But yeah.
Just
we do the same thing to other people though. I feel like, how's your work? I don't know. The market always comes up though.
Yeah.
Okay, biggest wins.
Going full-time real estate, and
that was this year. I feel like it's been
well, it was
because you
technically went full-time the end of last year, but this is my first year,
first full year.
Calendar year full-time real estate.
And you volume wise, you like tripled what you
doubled. We were on pace to triple, but we didn't.
You're
We
close.
doubled.
You're over double. No.
Nope. I'm like right at doubled, which was our goal.
Yeah,
was to double.
That's good.
But yeah. So
biggest win
and you did the Spartan race
this year, I would probably say
barely
that off-market quadfecta deal that me and you had. I would say my biggest win this year.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
A lot of transactions. Buyers bought sellers, sellers bought buyers, sellers then bought the first buyers.
Five transactions.
We couldn't have written that up if we tried. Like, hey, this is a crazy transaction. Like, I had a lot. Ben's clients bought the lot, and then I had a listing. Like, this was like 6 months later because your clients hadn't built on the lot, and then they were like, "We want to sell this house." I had a listing. They're like, "Hey, we might want to sell," and I'm like, "Well, this house that I know of, people that bought the lot might sell their house." I'm like, "You should check out that house." They check out that house. They're like, "We want to sell our house." And then Ben's like, "I might have a buyer for their house."
Yep.
And it was like this huge
thing.
Huge circle.
4-way circle.
It was wild. And not one of those went on the market. And I feel like it was overall, it was a win for everybody involved. Like,
oh yeah, yep.
That was,
which doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen.
Hard.
Yeah. I mean, I have my house for sale right now, and I would love for something like that to have happened.
Transpired.
Yeah. Be like, not even have it listed.
Like trade houses, basically.
Just trading the house.
Well, and that's what First guy got into a home on acreage that he wanted. Second guy got out of a home with acreage and got into a nice home that was a little more manageable and smaller. Fourth guy had already bought a lot and needed to get out of his smaller, manageable home so he could build.
Yeah.
You know, it just dominoed, you know.
And then your other guy was looking for a house with acreage and
Yep.
for horses, and it was just crazy. That was a good win.
Yeah, that was a good win.
You've also been, I feel like, redoing your strategy with like investing and stuff like that this year.
Yep, I've changed up. Just I'm trying to stay as fluid as possible. Learning, I've learned a lot. Not even real estate, just wins that way, and not even really wins, just new leaves. I might lose everything. You never know. New leaves. Yeah, new leaves. You know, turn over a new leaf.
Are you enjoying it? You like it?
I love it. I love real estate, but more so the money and
You like making the moves.
correct.
Yeah.
Making the moves, taking the risks is exhilarating. That's where, you know, my jollies come from nowadays.
And Ben's quite the puzzle maker. He hears something and he's like, I mean, you're a great connector as far as like, oh, so and so's looking for this. I know this guy. Let's connect him, make it work. Like you feel like you really enjoy that. My biggest wins was probably our personal house setup. I'm not sure if it's a winner.
Yeah, I
or
was
not
just
yet,
asking.
It's still early.
It's early. I'm still once right now we have 3 houses in Eden, and I'm just like, I just want one of them to sell and to move on and be more consolidated. But it's been a big year of making moves and changing things up, and it's been
Don't you
thrilling.
hate this when you have too many houses, Kade? I hate when that happens to me.
Yeah, till you get the mortgage
Payments, yeah. That doesn't make it
when
not
they're-
as fun.
When they're not actually all yours, it's not as enjoyable.
Yeah. Someone else's name's on the top. Yeah, I get it.
But it is. I mean, yeah, we've definitely put ourselves out there. But it's been we're finally starting to have that little mini hobby farm that I'm deciding if I like or don't like it. But
It's a little late.
it's a lot of work. Went to a family party, and like a lot of my uncles, they're empty nesters now and just enjoying life. One of them, their dog passed, and I was like, so you can get another one? He's like, no, I don't have kids in the house. I don't have a dog that I have to let out and take on walks and feed. And I'm like, what do you do with your time?
It's like freedom. Man.
I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
we live in
Take off.
2 very different worlds.
Go on vacation when you
Yep.
want. You don't have to coordinate.
My dad's in the same boat. I'm like, I got multiple houses that are hard to manage, kids, animals, probably 40 animals between all of them.
And with the animals, you always buy the animals first and figure out everything else after
Oh,
the fact.
geez, it's been
It's rules.
all, and this is because Ben got me to go to a stupid auction.
Because you listen to Ben.
I did listen to Ben, and I didn't go there like with a trailer or planning on buying anything. Next thing I know, Ben's buying stuff, and I'm like, I should buy some stuff.
He got
This is
FOMO
why-
bad. I bought a mini horse. Paden bought a longhorn. We're not the same.
You were talking about it.
You bought a pregnant longhorn. Like,
Oh man, yeah, she's By the way, she had her baby. We took her to get rebred, brought the baby back, and yesterday I was trying to catch the baby. That's not a baby anymore, and I thought I could just like grab it and hold it and put a halter on it.
it's not
Dude,
fun.
it's dragging me around like I'm like, geez, this
Just
thing
love
is,
me.
Yeah,
Should have put that
Oh
on
my
Project
gosh.
Cowboy. That'd have been
I
funny.
should have. Yeah. That one I was too embarrassed. All right. What are your predictions going into 2026?
As far as what? Like
Just
predicting the market, predicting us, predicting
Whatever you want to predict.
I think 2026 is going to be like any year. But I think you're going to have to put in the effort. There's going to be money to be made out there in whatever trade you're in. There's going to be opportunities. I don't think it's going to be low-hanging fruit like it has 3 or 4
2020.
years ago. But I think there's still plenty of opportunity in real estate, in construction, in finance, in all of it. And for everyone going forward, I think it comes down to who's going to put the work in? Who's going to do more than the average guy or gal?
Yeah. I don't. As far as the market goes, I think we've talked about this on our last podcast we did today. The market, I think, is going to stay fairly similar to where it's at. Might have a little bit of an uptick this next year if rates go down, but I don't see a big crash. I don't see a big boom. And then as far as just predictions of, I think Mountain Buff is going to grow more next year. I think, we had 63 million in volume this year. I think we're going to do more next year. We're all still learning. We're a pretty young brokerage, and I think we're getting better. So.
Yeah, that's what's exciting. I like Ben's comment. Like one house could have equated our total volume.
Yeah.
On the bigger deals.
Yep.
But it is. I think it is. It's just the process of helping people find their home base, their roots. Like it whether it's a $50,000 house or a $5 million house, like the emotions are the same at the closing table,
Right.
And it's pretty fulfilling,
Right.
no matter what the price is. I think everybody should just give up because AI is going to take over.
Yeah, we got into the robots for a second. Yeah.
Oh,
You know what? I utilize the technology at your fingertips as best you can, but at the end of the day, we talked about, therapy and different things like that. The end of the day, I don't know how many times, obviously I only have a Pandora, so I'm not with Spotify hipness.
Yeah, but use the technology. It's at your fingertips.
But also at the same token, I would much rather, when you call into a company, or when you call in somewhere, if I will hang up if I can't get a person on the line in a couple of minutes.
Now you're not going to know. I talked to somebody the other day on the phone, and I'm like, I don't know if that was a human or AI.
How many times do you guys call somebody and AI answers? It's like an AI assistant.
This is so-and-so's
It's like,
assistant.
this is
Give us the
so-and-so's
reason you're
assistant.
calling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And how pissed does that make
So
you?
when the latest Apple update, it said that it could screen my calls. Like it was like, would you like to start screening calls? And I think it would be something like that, like state your name before.
Yeah.
I was this close to turning it on. I didn't,
Which
though.
would be so nice for
It'd be
all
nice.
the scam or all the spam calls.
Because I probably get
Same.
5
Same.
to 8 a day, maybe 10.
But
Like,
I
so
also
many.
think about how mad, or not mad, but how
Impersonal.
bothersome it is for me when I'm trying to call another agent or
That's-
whoever.
That's why I didn't do it.
That I
'cause
have to do
I knew
this
you
every
too
time.
would be like, freaking Paden.
Oh, I get pissed. Paden will send me the predetermined text like, call back in a meeting or something. Like, I know you're not in a meeting. Just don't just call me back when you're not busy. Don't send me these texts anymore.
So just don't text you.
or I want to feel
text
special
always.
and
I'll
text
just
me
say-
something special to me. Like,
I'm going to do
Dear
an
Ben.
automatic one or a auto-generated one that just comes up and I'll be like, Ben, I love you. I'll call you back soon.
Even if you took the time to make an auto-generated text for me, I would be okay with that. Because like, you know what? I know Paden's
Just
busy,
say,
and he made the time
my
to,
God.
We've learned to always respond.
yeah. I'm sensitive.
Yeah.
Always
Always
respond.
respond.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. All sorts of good life lessons. Well,
I don't know if we covered everything or how this
no,
worked
we did.
out, but
What are you guys most excited for going into the new year? I know I get overly excited going into the new year, and I'm like, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and this, and this. And Ben's like, hold your horses, just settle down.
I'm Paden's yang.
Yeah,
His yin.
yeah, he is.
I think I don't know. I think I'm most excited to see what like a second year of doing full-time real estate does, because like really this was my first year of going full-time, and we accomplished what we
Dude, I've
out to do.
I've been very impressed. Like both of you guys step into the real estate space in the hard market. Ben's already got his broker's license. You're first.
I mean,
And
it's submitted.
Anybody
in
could
state,
get
you
a
know.
broker's
Yeah.
I mean, you have to have so many years and so many sales.
Right.
How many? I mean, there's not a lot of agents that have their broker's license.
Right. I know.
Right? It's
I know.
Quit taking this from me, Kade. I don't have the highest or the lowest.
so
I technically don't even have my broker's
Hey,
license yet.
Maybe you get your broker's license this year.
If you can.
Now if I go and I don't pass the test or something.
Well, you'll pass the test. No. Yeah, you guys just stepping into this market when it has not been, I mean, most agents are getting out of the business, let alone trying to get back in. And Ben's like, I have a booming electrical business. I think I want to quit it and sell real estate. I'm like, you're crazy.
You know what though? That is the first. Even when I got into electric business, wasn't the greatest time. It was slim pickings. Businesses were falling on their face, and I had a mentor tell me, "You know, you can make it if you can make it right now." And if you can make it, why it's hard and a grind. There's only one way, and that's out.
Yeah, and it almost builds a better foundation for you to run off of.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, I think real estate's the same. You know, you hear the statistic. What is it? 87% of agents don't make it to year five.
Mm-hmm.
And the big portion of that 87% don't make it to the first renewal of year 2.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, that just goes to show you, like, it's hard. It's hard.
Is it as hard as they say it is, though?
I don't think so. And here's why.
Why?
I just think it's people aren't patient. And I just feel like, to me, so I played on this old man baseball team, and they've seen me go from, you know, paycheck to paycheck, basically, right, to where we're at now. And to them, it's fast, right? To me, it feels fast in the long term, but it was 4.5 years of probably 60-hour weeks or more,
and not making money for the first
and not
3.5.
Yeah, like
years.
It was a grind. And so when I have people all the time ask me, hey, I was thinking about getting my real estate license. Should I do it? My response is always yes, right? It's been a life-changing thing for me, but my response after that is always, it is very hard.
Mm-hmm.
And not so much hard that you can't do it, but you have to be patient and be able to change, adapt, but also just be able to just stick to stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Find a couple things that work and then just do them every day, all the time. And when I went full time, like, I know my personality. I can't work from home and be very productive. I maybe have 2-3 hours max at home, and then I'm distracted, right? So I'm in the office 9 o'clock to 8 a.m., 9 a.m. to 3 or whatever, Monday through Friday.
That's a good question right there. What's your tactic that you found? What your number one tactic that moves your needle the most?
As far as what, getting leads, getting clients,
just to move your career forward. What's one? I mean, there's multiple, obviously, but what's the one that you're
just
religious
honestly
to?
be treating real estate as a 9 to 5. I think
grind on it every day.
That's
just
the
take it
biggest
as it
thing,
comes.
because I feel like you come in, you say, oh, I'm an entrepreneur, right? I'm self-employed. I can set my own hours. I can sleep till noon, or I can, I don't want to work today, so I'm not gonna.
Isn't that funny? Entrepreneur, set your own hours.
Right.
Everybody's your boss when you become an entrepreneur.
Exactly. And so I think that was the biggest, what helped me be successful the most.
Is you
It
got
wasn't
and you
anything like
did
I was
work
calling or
every day.
emailing or texting. Like, all that stuff helps, but being here every day, and not all agents have to be in an office every day. There's plenty of agents who are very successful who don't go to an office, but I have to be.
But you didn't have any sales experience.
No, I had no
this?
sales experience coming into real estate. Everything I did, I was raised into go to school, get an education, get a job, clock in, clock out. That's how I was raised.
Yeah, it's funny. You took a portion of that and took it into a not a clock in, clock out atmosphere, and that's what's helped move your needle.
Yeah,
Is you make sure you set a time per day, even though you don't have to. You've blocked out X.
And maybe that's just my mindset. It's the way I am.
think that's great.
But it helps me be consistent. I think that's what's going to make you most, at least for me, make most successful as an agent, is just finding a couple things and doing them every day, or 5 times a day, or
whatever
a
you
week,
set.
or whatever that is. Right.
What's your needle mover?
My needle mover, I'm still trying to figure that out. What I'm learning in life is things are always changing. Meaning, when I first got into this, I was like, I could I could work as hard as I wanted to. My kids were little, so I'd get up early and work till way late. now that doesn't work for me anymore because I have kids I want to spend time with. My oldest is 10, my youngest is 2, and it's just my priorities are starting to change. So I'm trying to figure out how to adapt to that. And that's been probably the hardest thing for me is being more focused and intentional on where my time goes and what I give my time to.
So your new mover that you're going to try is being more intentional.
more intentional and more present in where I'm at and what I'm doing. I feel like I'm getting old. 35.
Easy.
I mean, no, it's just like we're closer to 40 than we are.
Don't say we.
Don't say we.
say
I'm
we.
34, man. I'm way close. Yeah.
I just turned 30, so
Yeah.
don't round me up to
Paden's getting
40
older
already.
everybody, so.
It feels weird, and I am starting to want to put more emphasis, be more intentional on the memories and the time that I'm putting into things, because there was this good book I'm like halfway through, but it's called Die with Zero, and it's good. And the whole philosophy of it is making the time that you have here count. There's a lot of people that have accumulated all these things and material possessions, but at the end of their life, that's not what truly is going to make them happy.
Right.
It's, did they take that trip with their kids and have those memories? It's really, instead of collecting money, we should be collecting experiences and leveraging the money to get those experiences.
Right.
And he states most retirees and people that die, they could have worked 3, 5, 10 years less and spent a lot more time on what maybe was more important to them.
Right.
But it's hard because I'm a workaholic and I enjoy working. I probably had one of my best days recently was Saturday, and it was just out. We were working on this pole barn. I had all 3 of my kids out there, and each one of them came and worked with me at for a couple of hours on different jobs. And I'm like, this is so fun. That's the life that I have been wanting to build and provide, is this hobby farm where I'm out building it together with my kids. And so I'm really excited about the foundation that we have. But for me, it's slowing down because I want it all built up and done tomorrow. But it's
Right.
That wasn't the point of this.
Right.
So
the whole journey is the journey,
Yeah. I'm trying to be more present, more just enjoying life more fully, because I feel like the life I do have is pretty amazing. And oftentimes I'll get caught up in I need to do this, or I should be doing that, or so-and-so selling more, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
When it's no, actually this is freaking awesome, and this is right where I want to be.
I heard a great quote that I find myself trapped in a lot. Comparisons rob joy.
Right.
When you start comparing, and everyone's guilty of it, even me and Kade, we have this little trying to, one up the next one, and it's healthy, but also at the same time,
Sure.
comparison at the end of the day, when you just want that next thing and you can't, contention kills and comparison robs joy.
Yeah.
And you got to find that middle ground of, you can't get content and latent to the point where you stop growth. But
Right.
if you're not living in the moment, why grow it?
Well, and I think that a lot of that comes back to having consistent self-reflection, understanding your growth, right? And stop comparing it to everybody else's and do what everybody else is doing, because there's always going to be somebody who's making more money.
There's going to be a bigger
or-
dog always.
Yeah, is more fit, is stronger, is
Yeah.
faster, makes more money, more whatever, right?
Mhm.
Always. But if you can take the time to go, where was I 5 years ago? Right? If I look at me and I go, where was I at 5 years ago to now? I would never imagine I'd be
Which is
where
crazy.
I'm at now.
Yeah. But does that, yeah.
So I think if you can do that more often, you'll have less of that enviness or that of, I'm not doing well enough
Mhm.
because so-and-so is doing X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. You got to paint that vision for yourself. Like, where do you want to be? And then try and map that out best you can.
Yeah.
I feel like you have a pretty good map right now. You're like, I want these experiences with my wife and family, and I got X amount of time to make this happen. And you're actively pushing towards that, like very intentional.
I will say that is one thing that I do have is my work-life balance is very well.
Yeah.
Obviously, they bleed over. Nothing's perfect.
Right.
But,
It always
you
will,
know,
though.
I'm a little different. We're the same age, but my kids are all older. My youngest is 8. My oldest is 21, engaged, you know, and have an 18-year-old who's an adult and a 16-year-old who's a million miles an hour in school. So I almost chuckle because I go, oh, get ready. Your oldest is 10. Like, you're just starting. You're crazy, right? And I'm looking down the barrel of, in a couple of years, I'm going to have one kid at home.
Yeah.
You know, and we're, same thing you said, we have intentionally went, okay, these next few years, we're going to focus a lot on the family and making experiences where we can and can afford. Because after that, then it's going to be, I've got to start gearing up to be a grandpa. I know that sounds wild. Like, I'm going to be a grandpa in my 30s. And it hit me like, my house, can I have a whole bunch of kids in my house? Like, am I going to have to
Can
tear
you
this thing
host?
down? Yeah, like I've honestly, so that I see exactly where you're coming from. And you have to balance it because if you get behind the 8 ball, it's hard to catch up. And the only thing that you lose during that is time, and that one you can't get back.
Right.
You can always earn more money. You can always catch up debts and different things. I'm not saying go into debt to have fun, but time you can never buy back.
That was good.
Paden got all
Philosophy
soft on
from
us.
Ben.
All I heard right there is Paden slowing down. So me and you need to step on the throttle. You know, getting his old age. You know,
No, I'm being more intentional. That's intentional and being present, because that's the scary thing. And I feel like you do this good, Ben, is you don't get caught up as much into where the world's at, what's coming, what's going. I mean, he doesn't. I'm surprised you have a social media account.
I have one because of Mountain Buff. Remember?
I know. I feel like it's serving you well, but your habits within it are pretty impressive. Where you're not one that gets lost like a lot of people do nowadays. And again, I was listening to a podcast today, and people are becoming so dependent on AI, where it's their counselor, and there's actual like suicides and deaths happening because of AI. People are like, this is my counselor. I said this to it. It responded that. And it's crazy, but that's the world that we're heading into. And it's kind of crazy. Like, we're getting so far from reality.
Yep. Here's the thing. Just like anything else, AI is a tool. It's not sentient. It's a tool. And I get ChatGPT fact checked all the time.
Yeah. Ben hates
and which is fine. And it's a great tool, but you have to remember ChatGPT and all these other AIs. And like you said, I have Pandora, so I'm not hip on all of it. And I do use some of it. But at the end of the day, it's a tool, and that tool relies on human input. And guess what? Human input is flawed.
For sure.
That's like, on the internet, it said, well, the internet's right 50% of the time.
And we take it as gospel.
Yep, and we take it as gospel. And you'd be surprised how many people, because chat said it, and then you have to go to the laws and actual written. You're like, well, it did say that because somebody wrote that on the internet, and it somehow sourced it.
It skews it depending on the person it's talking to.
And the prompts you put in and everything. So I'm not scared of AI. I'm scared in the sense that people are going to become brain mushed on it. But other than that, at the end of the day, that's my needle mover. I am focusing more so on human to human people interactions.
Which is what you do. I'm like, Ben, you should post more on Instagram. And he's like, whatever, I'm going to have coffee with my friends. And like, and that's what, that could very well be the secret, is like, when society is going this way, these things become actually that much more valuable.
More valuable.
The one-to-one
touch.
Which people are losing.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, basically I'm the best is what we're talking about right now.
If
This
you
podcast is Ben is the best.
Ben is the best.
Paden's old.
If you want to buy or sell, I mean, Ben's your guy. Maybe Kade.
Maybe
Those
Kade.
two.
Yet to be determined, but Cade's still in the running. He's not an associate broker,
Yeah.
but
You guys are neck and neck, though.
oh yeah, I think unless the stars align, Kade's got me this year. Oh, sorry. Yep.
Well, that was a good episode. Mountain Buff Wrapped 2025 edition. Stay tuned. 2026 is going to be awesome.
Thanks.
Hey,
See
wait,
ya.
stop right there before we turn off the camera. Do we want to do a shout out to anybody that is thinking about changing brokerages and stuff? Come check out, and just so we can
We could.
just open it up.
Yeah.
All right, go back into it.
How would we
Want me to start?
tie into it? Yeah.
All right, now you've heard our kind of overview of our year at this brokerage, how we've grown, the pains, the dramas.
The dramas.
Yeah, the dramas. Here's the thing: everyone's looking to grow. We've talked about bringing on more agents. We want a good fit. We are a very loving, competitive, joking brokerage. But if you're in the industry and you're looking for a change, reach out to Paden. Let's talk and see if you guys would be a good fit, and we can all grow again together.
I like it. You can have Ben tell you, he'll tell you, I love you every day.
I do, or I'll flip you
or he'll
off
flip you off.
Or
while
he'll
I'm
flip
telling
off.
you I love you. But it is. We have
We have a good time.
all different walks too. So
Yeah. We have a good time. It's been how long now? 3 years, 4 years since
Yeah.
we started this one.
Mhm.
You started this one. So
I'd say we.
I guess we were the
It was
first.
you guys.
we
You
were the
guys all
first
were
agent
here
Yeah.
in the beginning. So,
But it's been awesome. I've been at 2 other brokerages, not for very long.
Trader.
I haven't been in it
Yeah.
for no one was there before I came here. This wasn't even a thing. But there's definitely a difference here. We don't
Yeah.
believe in just mass numbers. Although that's a bad thing in any way, but we really want to have a relationship with everybody in the office.
yeah,
So.
it's been fun this year. It's been a good year.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.